There is one thing stronger than all the armies in the world put together, and that is an idea whose time has come. Idea perhaps is the most dangerous and most powerful of all the weapons. Hello and welcome viewers, you're watching the special presentation of Sansad TV on the journey of startups. India has the third largest startup ecosystem in the world, and if you're an aspiring entrepreneur or even otherwise, this is your destination as we script the novel success stories of startups, analyze the roadblocks and give wings to your dreams of becoming a job giver and not being a job seeker. So today, let's hear the story of apparel startup Swtantra and its founder, Tanuja. While most of us opt for foreign brands today and gravitate towards Western clothing, corporate veteran Tanuja has set out to build Swtantra, a modern saree brand to bring back the old-age charm of saree with a modern twist. Rated as one of the top 100 direct-to-customer brands in the country by the Indian Retailers Association, Swtantra has come a long way since its inception in 2019, from one customer to more than 1 lakh customers, from 5 weavers to thousands of weavers, and from one order to processing thousands of orders every month. Tanuja has also launched other brands in the ethnic space for making Indian clothing more global, empowering the local marginalized weavers who work tirelessly to develop fabrics and designs. Well, Tanuja, welcome to Sansad TV and thank you so much for joining us. And personally, I'm very happy seeing a woman entrepreneur here.
Thank you so much, Kriti, for having me here. It's an honor to be part of the show.
Well, Tanuja, since you said it's all about spreading Indianness and it's all about the beauty of saree, both of us are in sarees. Tell me, why sarees? Why did you think of it, given the fact that you're in your corporate life, a very, very cushy job, very high-paying job. 2019, you quit your job.
Right.
And since then, it's all about sarees for you. Why?
So, sarees love has been with me for a very long time, and I'll talk about my struggles later. But after working 30 years in the corporate life, I wanted to do something which was truly about India, about the Indianness, and I was slightly unhappy about some of the women chose Western dressing much more than Indian dressing as a choice because of convenience, because of the troubles which come with Indian dressing, and I wanted to change that. Wanted to reverse the trend. I find sarees like power dressing in corporate life. It is something that you look really different as well as very powerful in your position when you wear a saree. So I wanted to reverse the trend where the younger people learn how to wear a saree or be comfortable in it, and we need to make it convenient for them so that they choose Indianness over just the Western dressing like all the other developed nations. So very proud to be part of the journey for sarees in India.
Well, proud to be spreading that Indianness as you're talking about. I'll come back to my first question. Why did you quit your job?
So 30 years in corporate world, of course, we used to source. I used to source for from the world for US companies for about 20 years, large corporate houses like Sears, Kmart, Target, as well as my last shop, which was JCPenney. And after doing all of that, I found very few Indian brands which were global, very few Indian people who were wanting to wear sarees conveniently. So I thought, what's the better time to actually do it? After 30 years spending in corporate India, I think I had given enough. Now it's time for us to give back to India and the Indianness.
So, as you're talking about the comfort of sarees and the convenience of it, so what was the first thing that came to your mind that you made the benchmark for your brand?
So, sarees always came in very, either it was too traditional, it had lots of embroideries, lots of things happening. So, it became very limiting for us to wear it in offices or occasions where elegance needed to be, shown. With less is always more for us. So, we invest a lot in our fabric developments, how the saree drapes, but we don't go over the top by adding too much into it. So That was one of the reasons we chose this kind of design for Swtantra. And then, of course, we have other brands where we also support a lot of traditional saris. But again, less is always more in the world of Swtantra brands.
That's very true. Less is always more. But you talked about fabric. I'm sure you're working with a lot of weavers. So tell me that story. How did you connect with them? And how is it the fabric development part of it?
Thankfully for me, there was 30 years I spent most of the time was really sourcing textiles.
Okay.
And India is really rich in textiles. And there is less which goes out. We're not advertising a lot on how Indian textiles has been there, and it continues to bring out really the best in the world. And so that is something which I wanted to I had that knowledge, which I transformed and made it, so that was the science of it. I really needed to use the art of it to create something which was useful and was elegant, but also spoke about anything which was Indian textiles. So
I'm given to understand that you work with more than thousands of weavers.
Right. So we have, as an association, we have more than 1,000 weavers working for us. We're very proud to support them and their families in the journey. I think India has come out. We've got a lot of support from lakhs of our customers who really wear these beautifully developed fabrics as well as saris and blouses from the weavers. So it's a connection between what India can provide and what India in the cities can actually absorb and take. So I think that a platform to have that as a success is very satisfying.
Absolutely, success is very satisfying. But in the beginning, you also talked about your struggles.
Right.
All years for them.
Yes. So I think one of the struggles is, when you want to wear a sari, let's say you have to buy the sari, go to a tailor to get it cut for blousing, to give it for blouse, go for at least 1 to 2 trials to get it right.
That's true.
Then have the falls done, the picot done, and then probably after 10 to 15 days, you're ready to wear a sari.
I completely connect with you on that one. Please go ahead. Yeah.
And that's actually taking, a lot of the young people don't want to go through that trouble, so they choose a denim pant and a t-shirt over this beautiful, exquisite, attire, Indian attire, which is sari. So I think we thought about what the customer would need. So most of our saris come with falls. The picot is already pre-done. The blouses are ready-made. So we ship very, very quickly. So within a day, we ship most of our products. And once the person receives it, once a Swtantra woman receives the package, she's ready to wear it the same hour.
Yeah.
Just iron it out and wear. So all of the inconvenience faced by the consumer or that really is something which we innovate on, we think about. So we have ready-to-wear saris. So there's a lot of diaspora overseas as well now for Swtantra women who don't know how to wear a sari but want to look Indian. So we're really making them, we're providing a solution to them to make sure that they can wear saris like in ready-to-wear or all of the things that pre-done, just wear it when you receive it.
So 2019, you start your venture. And by 2022 or 2023, you're among the top 100 companies, the B2C ones.
Right.
How did that come through?
With a lot of struggles. I think we just started before COVID. So, COVID was never easy for anyone. I think all of us went through a lot of struggles. But I think the ecosystem in India has really developed over the last few years. So the startup India, there's a lot of logistic companies which are there. So even in COVID times, we were able to manufacture and deliver and take orders, do a lot of other things within that time frame. So we made, even if there were weddings which were only 50 people, but people wanted to still look good and wear new things. So we made sure those are delivered, to you with all the challenges of COVID. And of course, our team has been fantastic. We're very proud of the team, which works like a well-oiled machinery. We had our own struggles of making sure that they are taken care of within COVID times and after post that. But they have been a force to reckon with. I think that's the support system of Swtantra which makes it really what it is today.
We also spoke to your team members. Let's hear them.
स्वतंत्र में काम करना मुझे ऐसे लगता है कि हर एक दिन एडवेंचर है। रीजन उसका ये है कि हर दिन मैं नई नई चीजें सीखता हूँ स्वतंत्र में, और नई नई चीजें करने को मिलती है जो कहीं और नहीं मिलती है। तो इसलिए स्वतंत्र का मतलब काम करना ऐसा है कि एडवेंचर है, हर एक दिन नई चीजें।
मेरा स्वतंत्र एक्सपीरियंस बहुत ज़्यादा अच्छा रहा है और मैंने यहाँ पे बहुत सारी चीज़ें सीखी हैं और मैंने अपनी पर्सनैलिटी में भी बहुत ज़्यादा इम्प्रूवमेंट किया है, जैसे कि बात करना, एक कॉन्फिडेंस आया है मेरे अंदर स्वतंत्र। और मैं एग्जीबिशंस में गई, वहाँ पे मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा कुछ सीखने को भी मिला। यहाँ पे भी मुझे अपने फील्ड में बहुत ज़्यादा एक्सपीरियंस मिल रहा है यहाँ पे काम करके। और स्वतंत्र का जैसा नाम है वैसे यहाँ पे एम्प्लॉयज़ भी रहते हैं, एकदम स्वतंत्र रहते हैं अपने काम को लेके, हर चीज को लेके। मतलब यहाँ पे ओवरऑल एम्बियंस बहुत ज्यादा ही अच्छा है।
So, startup. The biggest concern, of course, is the funding. How did you fund Swtantra and now Triya?
So we never took funding from outside, bootstrapped. We grew, we very focused on how scale is developed with the profitability in it. We don't believe in taking a lot of money from outside and then burning it to scale up. I think our financial understanding, and I think my son, who's also part of this, really helps me get that financial understanding. But we are bootstrapped. But we grew as we made ourselves profitable. And I think the Swtantra family, which is more than 1 lakh customers, happy customers now, make sure that we get what we deserve and we provide their solutions. So they helped us grow and we grew profitably.
So you were telling me about Swtantra and Triya, the second brand, under Swtantra only?
Yes, Swtantra brands has a couple of other brands, which is Triya, Swtantra of course, which is for the modern woman, bold, elegant. And then we have Triya, which is more traditional sarees from all over the country. So we have craftsmen from the east, we have craftsmen from Rajasthan, from Kanchipuram, from the south, from all of these areas, which actually support the traditional craft. So Triya houses a lot of that craft in the website. And then we have Sundarbans, which is for the men's. Men's shirts, which we're also going into traditional clothing in that. So we want to be very proud to and stick to our Indianness there too.
Indianness there, but as the government has been saying that make in India and go global, I think Swtantra has been doing that as well. Tell me everything about your export journey.
It happened organically. We didn't have like an ambition to be only global. However, I think there's been a lot of support from the customers overseas, which they buy one and then we supply more and more and more of it. So we want to see Swtantra on the global scale. I think Indian brands going global is, I think the next 10 years, we would see a lot of other brands and we just want to be part of that journey to make India proud. I think India has a lot of things which we can be proud of, and the global and the world has to see that now.
So where all are you exporting these sarees?
So we have a big market in the US, UK, wherever Indian diaspora is, and we're actually also happy that even foreigners like to wear sarees. Australia, New Zealand, Hong Kong, a lot of other countries, of course the Far East as well. So those are the major countries where we export to.
Also, Tanuja, the fact that startup is all about innovation. So tell me about the innovation in Swtantra.
So we start with our innovation right from fiber. So fiber, is the heart of how the textile drapes. So we invest a lot in making sure that the fiber is right, the twisting is right, the final fabric comes out right, and then the design. What would a Swtantra woman want, or what would a Triya woman want? So we have a team of designers which make sure that we are true to our promise of, less is more, being elegant and global. So all of the innovation happens almost a year. You'll be surprised to see that what you see today actually has been developed for probably 6 months to a year back.
My God.
So all of that innovation, we go through lab dipping, development, and then the actual fabrics come in. Then the products are made and then shot, and then we're actually live with those products where customers can enjoy it.
And as you say that in 20 minutes, a woman can be ready with the sari. But before I end this conversation, what are the targets? What are the achievements, or what are the projections that you're looking at?
So we want to make, I forgot to mention that we also have a patent by the government on less than a minute sarees. You mentioned 20 minutes. We actually have a patent for less than a minute saree, where a woman can be ready in less than a minute.
Fantastic.
In a saree, which is great. So we want to continue on that journey with less than a minute saree, even more. Make this more global, have more innovation, and of course, continue with a lot of our marketplaces where we are best sellers. We want to make sure that we are even more, we offer more to our Swtantra woman.
Right.
We help her choose saris over the Western dressing, which I know is a convenient choice, but we like to see more women in Indian dressing. So there would be more categories where we would support them. Swtantra for the next few years is going to continue on the journey, making Swtantra women happy all over the world, and making sure our weavers, our people who work for us, are happier people, and make India very proud. That's the main goal. Anything which makes India proud, the women entrepreneurs need to come together to make sure that we have a lot more in the market. So don't be scared about, not starting, not doing anything which we have a good ecosystem. So make sure that, India is proud for the next few years.
Fantastic. So as you said, more power to women entrepreneurs, more power to saris, and more power to Indianness. On that note, thank you so much for talking to us, Tanuja, and all the very best for all your future endeavors.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Kriti, for having me here. It's been an honor.
Pleasure having you, Tanuja.
Thank you.
Well, viewers, that's all we had for you in this edition. Thanks for watching and stay tuned to Sansad TV. Goodbye for now from my side.